Hello folks, it's the Pace Chaser again. Welcome to another one of my videos. This is another model review, and in this one we're going to look at the EFE RMF, in other words the forward entrance Routemaster. And I've got two examples here, the London Transport on hire to BEA1, catalogue number 32101, and the Stevensons of Uttoxeter one, catalogue number 32103. So I'm going to unbox them both and then we'll have a look at them. Just whilst I'm unboxing, I'll show you one of the big problems with this model as well, and indeed other EFE releases from this period, or hopefully, well, otherwise it's going to be a really loud bang. And there we go folks. They are a very tight fit into their plastic trays, as were a lot of EFE releases around this time. And that can cause a problem. If you look very carefully, the front dome is actually scuffed where it's been a tight fit into the box. So it can cause a little bit of damage, as well as meaning you can do a party trick like I've just done, turning it upside down in the box without any top part on it. So anyway, there we go, we've got two models side by side. Now they are different. In real life there were 51 RMFs. One was bought by London Transport, registration number 254CLT, and that's the one that they've modelled on the right there. And the other 50 were bought by Northern General from Newcastle, the only people outside London Transport to buy Routemasters new. And the Stevensons one represents an ex-Northern vehicle, registration number RCN 699. Now 254CLT fell foul of the unions when it entered service in London. They failed to get an agreement to work it, and so very early in its life it was sold to Northern to join their 50. And it was re-equipped with a Leyland engine, which the Northern ones had in real life, as opposed to the AEC one it was delivered with new. There are differences of these, and EFE have represented them with the casting, which is really good. 254CLT had wind down opening windows at the front, whereas the Northern ones had fixed windows. As you can see, that's replicated. The Northern ones had a fixed single piece screen, whereas the London one had an opening screen with a dividing bar across it, which again is modelled there. And if I go around to the sides, the London one had the wind down windows, and the Northern ones had pull-in hopper type vents, which again are modelled there. So it's very good of EFE to model the two variations of the casting. A lot of people would have just not bothered doing different windows, but EFE did go to town on the Routemaster. They did the standard one, the RM, did the longer one, the RML, the coach version, the RMC, the airport version, the RMA. They even did the single deck version as well. So they did go to town on the Routemaster models, and they put a lot of detail into them. Surprisingly, there are only 7 releases of this particular casting, the RMF, with 5 catalogue numbers. The other 2 had just an A suffix to the existing catalogue number. As I mentioned, this is 32101, the BEA one, which was released in December 2006. It was the first RMF to be released. There was a 32101A as well, which is the same model but with destination blind for Route 38 to commemorate the last day of Route 38's Routemasters, and that was released in May of 2011. The Stevensons version was released in June 2008, catalogue number 32103, and the last of the releases, 32105, which is a Northern General bus, was released in December 2013. They didn't do very many of these, as I mentioned. It's a bit strange really. The only Northern livery they did was maroon with a cream band, which is the one they were delivered into, but the real vehicles with Northern General carried later on a livery of maroon with more cream. Then some of them had the cream band painted white in National Bus Company days and the wheels painted grey. And then in National Bus days, most of them, in fact all of them at some point or other, carried poppy red livery, including 254CLT. And a couple carried the tan and wear yellow with a white band as well. But all of those versions were not done by EFE. They only did the London Transport in 2 versions, did the Stevensons that I've got, did a couple of Northern ones, as I say, in the original maroon and cream livery. And they did a big bus company one as well, the London Sightseeing Tours. And that was it. So they seemed to miss a chance really to release the all the variations that they could have done. So we'll have a look around the bus. We'll look at 254 CLT first. The front captures the look really well. The indicators sticking out. They're part of the central. The casting's in two halves, and there's a plastic insert that goes all between the two, which has got the indicators moulded onto it. Just watch if you're buying one second hand. People do tend to break these off. If you hit it sharply, you can break them off. But as you can see, this one's got them on. On these later Routemasters, the mirrors are present, and they're actually on a bit of wire that goes right across the bus, so they're quite robust and solid actually, unlike a lot of model mirrors. But yeah, it looks really good, captures the look well. As I said, they've put the windscreen, the variation in the windscreen on. If we go around the side, again, it looks pretty decent. Nice relief on the doors, the handrails. They are part of the casting actually, but they're picked out in white to make them contrast. This one's got the wheel disc on that some buses of this era had when they were new. And we'll go around the back. Again, nicely done. These RMFs had the indicators from new, which are modelled nicely. And onto the offside. So yeah, really good casting. If we look underneath, you've got a little bit of representation of some of the mechanicals, just in case you display it up on a ramp, although you have got the EFE name and the type of the model cast into the back there. Roof, not much to report, nicely done with the panel lines defined there. As I say, it's a shame about the tight fitting boxes because there is some damage to the front dome, some scuffing, and also just to the side there as well. You can just about see, just there where my finger is, that there is a bit of scuffing to the paintwork. It's just taking the shine off it a little bit, and that's purely caused by the tight fitting box. So don't be surprised if you do buy one of these that if it has some damage like that on it. So a quick look at the Stevensons one again. I mean, it's the same casting, it's just obviously got the variations in the windows, which is nice to see. The Dayglow registration plates as well, the reflective ones should I say, which some of the buses were fitted with later on in the lives. Again, a nice little detail put on. And the underside again. If you were displaying the underside, you know, as I say, you had it up on a ramp or something or on a pit, you might want to paint the back part of the underframe in black rather than the bright yellow. And a quick look at the roof there as well. So yeah, very nice indeed. Price wise, what we're looking at, well, the cheapest ones nowadays, the prices have gone up in the last couple of years or so. Doing this in January 2024. Cheapest you're able to find now is about £15. This one cost me £17.95, including postage, and that one was just over 20 all in. I think it was £19.95 for the actual bus, and then the postage on top of that as well. That's about the going rate. Some of them are slightly more. The cheapest ones tend to be the showbus one, catalogue number 32102A, the Northern General with showbus adverts. But again, even then you're looking at about £15 now, with postage outside as well. So the prices have increased in the last year or so. But well worth finding if you are interested in Routemasters or Northern General buses. Plenty of scope if you're a Code 3 repainter, as I said, the poppy red livery, the tan and way yellow livery, and the later Northern livery with more cream, and also the National Bus version of the old Northern livery with a white band instead of cream and grey wheels. None of those were done by EFE, so there's plenty of scope if you want to find one and repaint it. But yeah, lovely little model. As always, thank you for joining me, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.